Here's a look at what we're tracking. So there is a level 2 risk out for central Kentucky. That's from Frankfort north and westward. A marginal risk here, or a level 1 risk for Lexington and the portions of eastern Kentucky. The timing of this will be afternoon into the evening hours, and it may not just be one round. There could be a couple rounds with some isolated activity during the afternoon, and then as you head late afternoon, evening hours, that's where things could ramp up a little bit. Our threats, damaging wind gusts have it a medium, but it's really between a low and a medium threat for damaging wind gusts. It's really the rotating storm potential that could be possible, especially the further west that you go, closer towards Frankfort, Louisville, eventually off into southern Indiana. There's a localized flash flooding risk, but it's mainly within those heavier downpours, maybe some minor street flooding taking place out there and parts of the area that are dealing with heavy downpours later today, but definitely nothing widespread for the flooding potential. Temperatures right now low to mid 70s. It is a mild and muggy start to the day. Dew points upper 60s, low 70s. Remember, the higher the dew point, the more muggy that it does feel. So on our muggy meter right now, a lot of areas between humid and very humid. We'll be pushing very humid to miserable as you head into the midday before those storms move on in. Viper radar right now quiet, trying to pick up maybe a light drizzle into the mountains. I think most areas are dry for your morning hours, though. Shield of rain moving into western Kentucky. That's going to miss us to the west today as Beryl begins to make its approach to our area. It's moving pretty quickly now. It's also a tropical depression. It's lost a lot of its tropical nature. Notice you can't even really see an eye. So expect this to be fully transitioned to a post-tropical type of system, extratropical type of system as you head into the later portions of the day. That doesn't mean we're going to be dealing with any weaker conditions. It actually could produce some heavy rain there towards southern Illinois and eventually off into Indiana. Yes, we're not included in the path, but on the eastern side of this system, that's where we will have that rotation potential that could produce a few tornadoes, particularly central Kentucky westward into southern Indiana. So the severe weather threat today, isolated damaging wind gusts, and then that isolated tornado threat on top of that. Level 2 risk for far western Franklin County towards the north and the west. That tornado threat, 5% risk there in the brown in those same areas, 2% risk here in Lexington. Don't be surprised to see it upgraded, though, as you head towards southern Indiana, because I do think we're going to have a window where we could get some pretty strong storms in there. So I think we're dry through the morning hours. As you head into the afternoon, here's that isolated to scattered activity. A few of these could have some weaker rotation, particularly north and west of Lexington. This round, though, late afternoon into the evening hours, right around sunset, these will be some stronger storms that we will need to be watching there between Louisville and, say, Frankfort. Then overnight, front begins to move on through, and tomorrow we're just talking some breezy rain showers, maybe keeping that cloud cover around, and that'll limit temperatures in a big way. We won't even get out of the upper 70s for most areas. For today, though, warm start. The storms move in during the afternoon. Definitely make sure you're staying weather aware and have a way to receive, multiple ways to receive weather alerts. Tonight, falling into the low to mid 70s. Storms exit. We're going to be left with those breezy conditions. And looking ahead at your full 7-day forecast, as breezy winds continue through most of the day tomorrow, could get some gusts in that 20 to 30 mile an hour range, but we begin to warm up once again heading into the weekend.